Hi everybody, Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. So we're putting the irrigation in, and what I decided to do was use this 1/8" drip tube. I had it laying around. I have to change how it works just a little bit. We decided I'm going to get rid of the drippers, and the reason is because this is designed to work on pressure. This is the pressure regulator that comes with this system. I tried to ditch the pressure regulator and just screw this onto the rain barrel, but that's not going to work. So we're going to have to use the pressure regulator, and I will probably have to drill out the center of that pressure regulator. But this is just a cheesy little drip system. I used this on a pepper garden that I had several years ago, and when we moved here, I just brought it all with me, and I kind of remembered that I had it. I also used it as a siphoning system for the microgreens. So what I'm doing essentially is I'm using this little mat as my gauge, and I'm just making alternating connections. So they're going to be about 1 foot apiece, and they're just this tube's going to run through the center, and every other one is going to be facing the opposite direction. And like I said, I'm just using my little mat here to determine the distance, and then I clip it off with a pair of aviators. It's a lot easier than trying to use a razor knife. Just clip it off with a pair of aviators. And this stuff gets pretty stiff when it's cold. So what I'm doing is I like to heat it up, and I just use a Bic lighter, just heat it up, and I put the barbs in there. So we're going to finish this up, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Thanks. Hey everybody, Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. So we have our irrigation set up mostly complete, but before we go on that little tour, I'd just like to remind you to go ahead and click subscribe, click like, and hit that bell icon so you can keep up to date with us here at the Low Cash Homestead. So here's our rain barrel, and then now this rain barrel is just sitting out in the open. It's likely that I will have to fill it from time to time from the well. Okay, so this little black line here coming out, that's our irrigation tube. And then we're going to step inside here. And here's our irrigation tube. Now, I wanted every other one to go the opposite direction. It didn't quite work out exactly that way, and that's mostly because this little tubing is cold. And it's a little bit harder to move around and bend when it's cold. Also, I snapped some of the little T's that go in there. But basically, more or less, it runs through the center, and then it terminates down here with this little fold and plug terminator there. So the idea, and I didn't use any of the drippers because again, this system is designed for pressure. I showed you the little pressure regulator there. Well, this isn't going to drip off of a rain barrel. Okay, so I just took all the little drip emitters off, and we'll just get a little stream of water, and I'll probably put a timer or something on there after I determine kind of what the flow rate needs to be. But there's our irrigation. We have our irrigation set up inside of our cheapo greenhouse. And this is Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Once again, please do click like. Go ahead and subscribe. And hit that little bell so you can stay up to date with us here at the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Have a good day.